Okay, we are going to go ahead and start the meeting. Call the meeting to order. We'll start with our pledge, and if Commissioner Davis will do our prayer.
Whoops, I was going over there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we come to you tonight thanking you for the many blessings you have given us. We ask, dear Lord, that you watch over us tonight as we make decisions that will further our community. We ask that you give us the right way to further your kingdom here on earth. We ask you to guide us in all our decisions and all our decision making so that it furthers your cause. We ask you to be with us, guide, lead, and direct us, for we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Welcome everybody out tonight. And first item of business will be the approval of regular minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion passes. Next item is approval of,
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
you messed me up. A special call meeting. Was there yeah, we did have a special call.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion passes. Next item is the bills.
Move to pay all bills.
A motion and a second. Sorry.
Second.
Now we have a motion and a second. I'm just so used to this happening quick.
Too quick.
All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion passes. No old business. Under new business, first item is cross connection.
Yes. I was working with Frank King with the GRW. This is a cross-connection control program. It's basically, if one example would be if people are buying water from us and they're also providing their own water through a well or something, they have an air gap or a way to keep from their water backflowing into our water. It's just a safety thing. It's something that the Kentucky Division of Water recommended us to do. I do have questions on two different things on how y'all want it to do. There's a permit fee when you have to file a permit for that if you're going to be using something that would have a potential cross-connection hazard. And there's a permit fee. I need to know how much y'all think the permit fee needs to be for that. And secondly, Frank wanted to know if we wanted to have a renewal on that or if it's a one-time thing. If we want a renewal on it, how often and how much?
Do we have any of this?
That's what I was
That's
going
going to be my question. Do we have any?
Any people that get water from us? And
another example it would be if people had a sprinkler system that had chemicals in it. Do they have a way to prevent that water from backflowing into?
I mean, we have people that have their own water source like a cistern or.
Well, I mean, not that I know of, but this is just something to protect us. It's basically something.
So it's really a
wants us to have.
procedural thing, not necessarily something that's going to happen.
Pretty much. Now, it can happen if a factory or somebody was to pump water from a pond to,
Well,
Make
we
it
got one here
true.
doing that.
okay,
Well, from a well.
well, they need a,
I mean, not in the city, but
okay. Well, if they was on city.
city
and I
distillery
guess-
is.
Yeah, in the county, I'm sure they have a cross-connection control program and they have an air gap or backflow preventer or something. It's just something we need in place for if somebody was to come and do something like that. Justin Spears, our state inspector for Kentucky Division of Water, really pushed that on me last week when he did his inspection. Or not pushed, he really recommended that we have something
Need
in
to wait
place.
and kind of study that.
So, okay, so we need to, one, approve the program, number two, approve a permit fee, and number three,
Is it gonna be a
If
one-time
it's a
permit?
one-time or-
I would think a one-time permit would be acceptable myself, but
Is there a deadline on when we need to get that done?
it's all done other than the permit fee and everything else is done.
they've got the program written. And
So we just need to accept the program and set those. Want to wait?
Is there any, I'm trying to think, is there any reason why we would want them to have a renewal fee where they have to come in, we can make sure something's, is there any kind of test to run on to make sure that lock is, or that airlock you talk about is in place?
You could just check to make sure that it's functioning.
You know what
correctly, I guess, yeah. I guess you could shut their meter up. The only way I would know to test it easily would be to shut their water off and let it backflow and see if you get much back siphonage. But most factories aren't gonna let you do that.
Well, they will if they want to.
Well, that's true. That's true. I wouldn't think I looked at OMU's just as an example, and they didn't have a renewal period on theirs that I seen.
What was there?
I didn't even see a permit fee on theirs. Frank said that most municipalities do a permit fee to cover the time of like me working on it, inspecting it, making sure it's right. But we don't even have to have a permit fee if we don't want it. It's just options.
We ought to have the fee to cover any cost. I don't want it.
I would, $200,
$250.
I was thinking 200.
That's what I would think.
And then there is no renewal?
As far as the renewal, I would think it should be a one-time fee, one-time, permit.
But that would have to be by ordinance, right?
That will just, yes, that would be like, yes, I guess it would be an ordinance, yes.
So if we approve the first reading, then we look at it and fine tune it before next month.
Okay.
I don't know if this has to be an ordinance or not.
We say the state's already got it in place, all we have to do is accept it, correct?
Well, the
They've got it
state-
written.
The state recommends that water systems have this. Just for cross connection,
It's just to protect us against something happening.
protect our customers' water from something coming back in the water if we was to lose
That'd be
pressure.
something
If ours lose pressure, their water could backfill into our system.
You think we ought to, ask AB, but it needs to be an ordinance?
It might be an
form?
AB question, see if it needs to be an ordinance or not.
I'd rather be right the first time than
Yeah.
have to redo it.
And he may get here before we finish this, so. Okay. Put that on hold for a few minutes. Next item is new hire for police department.
Mike?
Yeah, first I would need, ask the motion to accept Brad McNeil's resignation, effective November 30th. So we never have done that yet.
I make the motion to accept that.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Passes.
New hire, that I'd like to recommend is Jeremy Hunter. Hire date would be December the 8th, would be yesterday. And that's due to, scheduling problem with school, but hiring for sergeant at $24.50 per hour. Then you wouldn't get another raise until June when.
June
whatever
3rd, July 1.
are in July. So he wouldn't get a 90-day raise.
I move to hire Jeremy Hunter in the police as a
Second.
sergeant.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion passes.
Then I've got one more, our new guy, Blake Wallace. I'd like to ask that he be hired January the 6th, 2025, starting at $17 per hour. He'll do his 90 hours online here, and then he'll go complete, that'll be January the 12th when he can start that. And then he will go to Madisonville and do another 18 weeks there. So,
He's going to be in the first class of the new academy, isn't he?
for Blake Wallace.
I move to hire Blake Wallace at the police.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion passes.
That's all I have.
All right.
Y'all got some questions about something?
Any questions for Mike? All right. Next item is junk days.
I'm the one that asked for that to be on there. I just wanted clarification because I talked to the code enforcement people, and they're concerned about people not knowing what we will and will not pick up, because there's a whole lot of stuff left on the streets after the last junk days, and some of it's still there. So I'm not sure what's legal, what's not. I know tires, shingles, that's out, but there's other things we don't
Paint,
get.
Mattresses. They want us to take mattresses.
Paints, and we've stopped doing it in furniture.
Well, we need a better way to advertise that to some of these people.
You don't do furniture anymore?
They haven't
See,
done
that's what-
furniture in 2 or 3 years now.
See, that was sell there, there's a recliner, sofa, bedsteads.
It all started, what, 4 or 5 years ago? when Main Street was lined with furniture and garbage all up and down
Yeah.
Main Street from one end to the other, where everybody's bringing it from all over the county into here to get their free garbage picked up.
I said, we need to advertise that a little better somehow.
We
Facebook.
We do put it on social media of what's not allowed.
So many people don't have that. I wonder if
No.
there's a way we could do that. I'm just asking for helping the code enforcement board out. And some of the members asked me about it, and I said, okay, I'll find out.
I know that many do have social media and
Could you put it on the one call?
still put out things that are not acceptable.
Yeah, but a lot of these people don't have that, or don't look at
Yeah.
it.
I think the one call's a good idea.
Well, how many do we have on the one call? Do you- But I just wonder if it's very many. There should be, but
Yeah.
it's free.
So another, I can't remember where now, but it seemed like there was a mattress laying forever. So did David just finally stop by and say, hey, you need to get the mattress out of your yard? Is
Yeah.
that what?
I don't know what you do with a mattress anymore. What do you do with an old mattress anymore?
Well, they'll take it to the landfill.
You can take it to the landfill?
We just don't pick it up.
Okay.
And I understand there's a reason for that. I've talked to some of the guys, and they said they were infested too many times.
Oh.
And I don't think they should have to go through that.
Not necessarily, it's a shame that he didn't have it.
I've had Josh announce some things on the radio for me. A lot of people around do listen to that.
Yeah.
And I think Josh has about the junk days too, and he usually goes through the spiel of,
So he's pretty good about it.
mhm.
So. I just-
David usually waits, he told me usually 2 or 3 weeks before he starts saying anything to anybody after junk days, to give people time to pick it up.
I say, if we just can do a little better job of advertising.
Of course, I'm one of these too. If somebody sees it laying after 3 weeks, you'd think they'd pick it up
Well,
in their own yard.
mine wouldn't be 2 days.
Oh, I know, but that was in October, and there's still stuff sitting out. That's where I think code enforcement just needs to send the citation, notice of violation.
David's not here for us to tell him.
No.
I'll have to tell him tomorrow. But this was all I wanted.
But we can do the one call, add the one call to it.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Next item is Mr. Tursey, and he's not here, so. Have you talked to him today?
Darby Cole has been in contact with me, and I thought they were partners, and when I said, well, your partner, came in and he didn't take my applications, he was mad. He said, he's not my partner. He said, I own the building, and he owed that little lot beside it. So I didn't know that, so that kind of, I don't know, everything irritates. But he said, he said, will you send me those applications? He said, because I said, it says on there that I do have to have inspections and I do have to have a plan. And I said, I'll sure do it. So I went right in and an email to him. And I haven't heard anything from Mr. Casey since the last big blow up we had. So,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not in jail yet. He said he wasn't gonna take me, so.
So he owns
That little-
where
the
Mary's
little-
building used to?
No,
who's-
where the drugstore was.
He
Velvet
owns-
Road,
I was
Rice
told he
Drugs.
owns that little concrete.
The concrete
area,
pad.
just a little bit more, that's what.
Darby owns the Christian bookstore, and Casey owns the concrete,
Wow.
where the other building was at. I knew that, but
Yeah.
I thought they were working together on this
Well,
project.
that was my thought too, whenever I had talked to Mr. Casey before. Is his last name Casey or his first name?
First name.
First name.
Huh?
First name.
Okay, all right, because I've had it both ways on my stuff. But I thought they were partners in it, and they are not. He's gonna run that business, that's what he's gonna do. So, so the building belongs to Dr. Cole.
Yeah,
So whatever's built in the back of it and stuff, in a way, he could be, needs to be responsible for that. But he said, well, no, I want him to take care of all that, because he's gonna use it. So that could, I'm not sure which way to go with that, but Darby does have the application now. So I hope that works better, and the
Who's
state
gonna,
inspector has contacted me again today, because he doesn't have all this information. He thought he did to get that all finished out, and so I said, well, he had told me he already had that back. he didn't have it back.
When you
So once
said
that comes in, I'll be
he's
able to
gonna
work with it.
use it, does he mean that Casey Tercey's gonna use the part on the back that's being built?
Yeah, first it was gonna be storage, and then it's gonna be bathrooms with a little area off to the side or something. That's what Mr. Cole said, because I've had it both ways, and I didn't know exactly what was going up, but it does have to be inspected because of that.
They'll both have access to it then, I'm
Yeah.
guessing?
And then.
No, Casey's gonna
Well,
take the
then, Mr. Casey said that they would be together, and now he's saying they'll be separated. So that's two different stories. I don't know what he's doing, honestly.
Well, if I'm running a bar in somebody's building,
Well, he's going to have the bar there, but he's going to add it on bathrooms and stuff in the back of it, you know, extra.
if I was running a bar in your building, I
It'd
would
be
think
new
we'd
structure, so that's why I have to do it.
be partners, or?
Development, that's for sure.
That's- so
Unless
that's
he's
being
leasing it.
infrastructure, so I
Yeah,
think
Planning
we'll
board,
work with
though.
it.
True. Huh,
So hopefully if Darby's gotten involved, it'll kind of get it straightened out and.
I hope it gets all that filled out and gets back to him so I can get done with him.
and I hope it works out too. I mean, I know a lot of people probably are not woo-hoo thrilled that that's going,
I know.
but I like buildings to be
As a
filled.
matter of fact, I'd rather not really work with him, but I will. I'm gonna show you what he sent to me, which I didn't appreciate it. But I will, again, work with it.
I just want all the buildings downtown being used and people coming and going.
Well, that's the other one up there. I don't know what he did this, he was telling me he was gonna sue me. And he would also come up with a law that says if he wants to come in anytime, I said, well, you have to get on agenda because my work and everybody else needs to know what you're coming in to ask. Don't come in, I did say, don't come in without us knowing you're coming because we won't know what to look up to try to find out what to help you with. And that's where you need that. So he said that he was going to have my job, he's going to fire me, and he said I had already broke 4 or 5 laws he knew of. So he said, especially that one where I can't, if I come in, I'm going to talk 15 minutes. Do you remember when you asked me about not being here one business meeting night? Yeah, because he
Okay.
called you, because he called you. And I said,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I said, well, Wilden and I stayed here when I didn't have enough people to open.
Right.
And I said, so we were here, because one other lady had asked me if she'd stop by, could she find out something about our new things for, political. And I said, yeah, I'll get you some stuff together and we'll talk about it. So she came in, but I was here. He said, twice I've been through there and you haven't been there. And I don't know when the other time was, except maybe we didn't have people to open. Sometimes I don't. So he said that I should go to get in a lot of trouble for not having my meetings. So anyway, I knew.
Just stay on Mike Allen's good side.
Huh?
Just stay on Mike Allen's good side.
I wouldn't worry
Yeah,
about
thank
that.
you. He knows where he knows I'm okay. He thinks I'll jump up and down if I do. I think you heard him yelling one time, didn't you?
Anybody that knows her, she knows they know she's a rural follower.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Nancy knows she's a rural follower, so that's not gonna hold water.
Have to.
Well, I knew you hadn't been.
Okay, well, we'll just see where this takes us. Right. Jim, you have anything? Do you have anything you want to?
Well, I just came in to get some information about some of the ordinances you're having the readings on.
Okay. Anything in particular, or you want to wait? Is that what you want to meet with me about?
I can talk to you later.
Okay, that's fine. Sam, do you have anything?
I've got, and I should have let you know this earlier, Travis, and I apologize that I didn't. I wondered if this was where Andy was talking about, 731 West 2nd Street. Evidently, there's a huge pothole. Are you
It's the one I was
aware?
telling you about. It's not on our property. It's not on the city's property. She says it is, it's not. It's in between where the concrete on the road is and the sidewalk, but it's a driveway, basically is what it is, and the driveway is washed out. And I don't think we're responsible for that. I can't see us being responsible for that. We may be, I don't know. But when I looked at it, I told Andy, I said, Andy, that's part of the driveway. I don't think we can touch that. Because she asked Andy about it, Andy said he'd asked me about it. I looked at it, I said, I don't think that's
How
us.
far off the,
Okay, like this was the edge of the concrete. There is no,
median?
it just doesn't, it just stops. And then here's the driveway, here's the sidewalk. She thinks that we should be responsible for that part in between the sidewalk and the road. And I don't think we are. I don't think we are.
What kind of right-of-way is on that street?
Well, we don't do anybody else's driveway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we're allowed to go on somebody's driveway, and that would start a whole
Can
new,
you check it
we'd be
out?
fixing everybody's driveway between here
I
and
just
Kingdom
wondered-
Come.
I wondered if what she was using for her logic.
Well, I mean, she's thinking that because it's the sidewalk and it's the road, that part between it is ours. And I told her, that's not the way it works. I said, that's still part of your driveway.
I don't know that we even own that sidewalk.
Sidewalks basically are taken care of by the people that own the sidewalk in front of their house.
Yeah, back in the HOA days, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. According to Larry, we don't own those.
I know, he's told me that a lot.
Yeah. I know that most people are responsible for the sidewalk in front of their house.
They were installed back
Yeah,
during
so I mean,
Roosevelt.
you know,
FDR.
that's the one I told you, that you should go out and look at, and I went out and looked at it. I didn't think we should be responsible for it, but we may be,
Well,
but I don't.
I'll be honest with you, I did not make it to look at it, and I forgot all about it. But I will check it out.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying, if anybody's building a new driveway off the street, they start from the street all the way in. We don't do anything.
exactly, and that's what I'm saying,
It's not like we give them an inlet or anything.
Is it up there close to Andy,
it's next door to it.
next door?
That's what her
You called me about that Friday, didn't you? Yeah.
Okay, Charles?
You know, I'm in fine shape.
Okay, I got one thing to talk about. We were approached by the Ohio County High School soccer team coach to put youth soccer fields in Beaver Dam. They would like to put them down at Oldham, which we've talked about trying to do something down at Oldham. But they would like to put one field and one field only, and it's a small field, it's not a big field, down at the big park. And it's like it would be behind where the bridge going to the Baptist church is. It would be in that little bitty field right there. I didn't know if that was something that the amphitheater would be using at some time or another. Do you think it would be? I mean, it does, there's the ditch in between.
Yeah.
That I don't think you'd have to build another bridge to cross into it, but I just thought the field fits in that one. The little soccer field they're wanting to use for that one's for 10 and under. It's for that one. They're wanting to use that one for that group right there. So that they can get more people involved and get it, people seeing people play soccer and all that. And,
They wouldn't rather have it all in one location?
they want that, they want that one field there. I don't understand, I'm just, there's a reason, I guess they want to showcase that 10 and under, so that they got something to look at down there. But all the rest of them, they want up at Oldham if they can get them. And I think we can get them all in there. It's gonna be close, but I think we can get them all in there. So,
Maybe we ought to ask him to come down and talk to us,
Well,
to understand her outreach.
yeah,
I mean, I didn't know, nobody has given me any other ideas to do, what to do at Oldham that I know of.
No.
We talked about a couple of things, but nothing's really been put in concrete. But, I mean, I'd like to get some use out of it if we could, and clean it up and everything, but, the only one they're wanting right now is that one down there. That's the only one they really want right now, is to get that one fixed before spring.
How much
So that
groundwork would have to be done on that?
On that one down there, hardly any, isn't it, Travis? Just the clearing the brush pile off, that's all there is. And then we just mow it down, mark it off, that's it. I mean, it's ready to go. Now, up here at Oldham, we'd have to have quite a bit of work done up there probably. some
And I
leveling
feel
all
like
that.
since we've talked to the fellows that came to the meeting, that we should check into that.
Yeah, you're talking about
See where we are.
for the skate park,
park.
yeah.
yeah, I thought maybe they would come by, would be back.
And probably
they
if
may
I
be.
invite them, they will be, because I know they're still working on getting signatures
Would it be
and
skate
how they're
park?
doing.
Well,
it.
Possibly, yes.
Well, you might be able to come by.
Yeah, there is a possibility we could put skate park in there also.
That's
I
what I
mean,
was
all
wondering, if there's
together.
room for all of of.
Because the way there's only one big field, that's it. The rest of it's small fields. Some of them aren't much bigger than this, half of this place right here,
I know, but the one big field's bigger than a football field.
about 10 yards. Yeah. It's, I think, 10 something feet wider, 10 yards wider and 10 yards longer, I think.
I mean, it would be wonderful if it could all go there.
Yeah.
I don't see it fitting there.
Well, if my measure.
And having any parking.
The parking might be a little trouble, but we still got all that parking left from where the softball games were, when years and years ago. We're not gonna touch that, we're gonna leave that.
The ball field?
Where the ball field is now, that's where the big park would go, and then the parking was still there. We're not gonna touch the parking.
Right, but that wasn't enough parking for baseball.
Well, I don't know how much parking
That's
they'll
what
have to have, but they'll have to have, I'm sure, quite a bit. But it's something they're wanting to entertain. And I don't know what's going on, that the reason they
Our
want to move over here,
skateboarders aren't gonna require much parking at all.
Yeah.
just
No.
You
people
might look
come
at lighting
watch.
too.
yeah, and that was another thing, lighting was one of the things, but most of the soccers, the little fields especially, they don't need it, they play during the daytime, so they don't even have to have lighting.
During the fall, they play at night.
Some do, yeah, they do, some of them do.
And my grandkids are in that, so I
Yeah.
don't know what time.
I got a grandchild in that too. But, it's not gonna be a quick fix, because we'd have to do dirt work and everything else. But that part down there, we can actually do the 10 and under down there if it's not being used. That was one of the things. I didn't know if that was gonna be used for anything else or not.
And that's the only thing on the
Nothing
plan
that we
for
know
it.
of right now.
Yeah. And even putting that there, if we decide later on, hey.
Yeah, you're not
we can
doing
move-
anything.
We're not doing any damage to the field, you take them off, move them somewhere else, we can
How easily accessible is that
That
area?
walk right across the
That
bridge.
one bridge.
I asked him that, I said, well, you're not gonna be able to park very close. We don't care. I said,
Oh, you gotta walk the
Well,
distance
depending on
over
what day
there.
they go there. they
Yeah,
go back to the
if
church
you go over to Hartford, go there, you have to walk a long way anyway.
Yeah, but we can't say that.
Well, we can't say that, but
What do you say?
they will park
I don't know, what did you say, Travis? I didn't hear what you said.
there. I know where.
He can't say it. Talking about private property.
Is he like his daddy?
No, just thinking out loud.
Just thinking out loud.
But
And
so
it
if
would
if that was okay with everybody, I'd like to go ahead and at least get, because all Travis likes to say, Travis and I went down and looked at it, the only thing we really have to do is just move the brush pile and that's it. That's it, and it's done, and then we just would mark it off, they could be ready to go in spring for that one field. The rest of it, that's something we can decide on later. But right now, that's the only field they want fixed is that one, they said if we get that one done by spring, they'd be tickled to death.
But they know there's no power over there and no,
They
Nothing.
want to have everything done before dark. That's what they told me. And I told them, I said, we could work on getting some lights, but it probably wouldn't be anyway soon because we got way too much going on. I told them that. And I said, if we got lights, it wouldn't be big ones because the field's not that big. I wouldn't want to put very big poles up out there for the. So, what we would get would be small, so. But I told them that would be down the road because we already got a price on running a line. It was way too expensive. So I can't imagine running one over there. How much would that cost?
Cross that creek
Yeah.
or something.
yeah, the creek would be.
That would be the jumping point, we'd get in the creek.
Well, you'd probably be better off to bring it in from behind Patton's Cabins.
Yeah. That's all I had was that, the one
Okay.
thing.
All right. Mike, do you have anything else? Entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Make a motion to go in closed session.
When AV gets here, send him back. Please.
I make a motion, we go back in.
Can we stay within the 5 minutes?
And it wasn't Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Can't blame Kevin.
We can.
Well, yeah, he's gonna get one anyway.
They'll figure out a way to blame me anyway.
Are we back in open session, Joe? Okay.
We ready?
Yeah, we did, 2 issues discussed that we got to conduct business on, so.
Okay. I move to authorize the mayor to sign and execute a deed of transfer of property between JSS LLC and the city of Beaver Dam.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion passes.
And I'd like to make a motion that we hire Delmer Kelly, full-time sanitation, pending results of his physical and drug test, starting at $12.50 an hour.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the hiring. Any further discussion? Those in favor signify with aye. Opposed, same. Motion passes. Anyone have anything else to bring up? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So.